Mic check, mic check. Is this thing on? We're gonna see. We could get some really odd results from trying to do this live mic before officially going live. But we're gonna give it a shot anyways. Shout out to Marco, shout out to Cat Scratch, Top Dog, Blind Woo Fury. We got Ian Coates, Joe Kasperick. Let's go, Paul Mills, Doc Duck. What's up, Stephen Fletcher? Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. We're going to go ahead and get this shindig on the road. Gosh, I'm wondering if anyone can actually hear me right now. Hopefully we can get a few likes on the board. Smash the like button. We're going to go live here in a few minutes. Come on. Come on. Can the world hear me? I have no idea. I have no freaking clue. Well, welcome in, you filthy animals. Welcome in. Happy friggin' hump day. It's hump day. We are halfway through the week. I've been up to some stuff. You can't really tell because my head's like halfway through this through the screen. Come on, camera. Whatever. We're just gonna do it. We're doing it live. I'll write it. I'll do it myself. We're doing it live. Guys, welcome in. Happy friggin' Wednesday from coast to coast, from sea to shining sea. It's 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, so you know what that means. That means it's time to go ahead and smash the like button.
This is Sparta!
Do it for me. Let the good people over there on the YouTubes know that we're live. I would greatly appreciate it. I'm trying to make sure my music isn't too loud. I've been trying to go a different route. I like all kinds of music, guys. I really do. I was getting messages from people like, dude, your waiting room music is putting us to sleep. We're going to sleep. How about some guitars? How about some guitars? I love rock music, emo, screamo music, metal music. I like most music. But I figured it's either that or I play like a bunch of old Johnny Cash. Why is there such a stark contrast between the two options? Couldn't tell you. What I can tell you is that I do have new content out. Recently released my review of this guy, the Transparent Knives Doodle. Absolutely killer fixed blade. I had to hide this because it would have been like the 15th day in a row that I'd carried this knife. I had to hide it. I had to. Because I wanted, like, you know what? It's a great knife. I love carrying this knife. But there's other things to carry. What was in my pocket today? I'm so glad you asked. A couple things were in my pocket today. First and foremost, if you didn't know, Sage 6 scales in titanium are here. That's right. These aren't aluminum, baby. No aluminum here, fellas. These are titanium Rips Garage Tech Pyrogrip scales. Yeah, for the Sage 6. You see the smock lock button there? Oh, yeah. Pow. Oh, man. So good. So freaking good. People ask me all the time. I get comments frequently on my YouTube videos. Rolls, where do you get your scales? Rolls, where do you get your scales? These specific scales, in case you were curious, come from Rips Garage Tech right here in the great US of A. That's a Lynch Northwest pocket clip. That's a milled wire clip replacement clip right there. I thought I'd give it a shot. Kind of looks a little bit similar to this guy, which is my Sage 5, also with the same scales, but this one has the Rips Garage Tech clip. And you know what the difference is? Clearance. I'm not talking about being on sale because they're not cheap, but I'm talking about clearance. Like, this is super low profile. Look at this guy. Super low profile. But it fits. It fits. I don't have any issues in my pocket. Some people say that it's not, you know, doesn't have enough clearance. This guy, fat profile. Look at that profile. That is a it's a thick profile, but lots of clearance. You can put this in any pocket you want. The other knife that was in my pocket today, hold on, got it right here. Bam. This guy right here, check that out. This is my QSP Hedgehog, and this one is a bit of a project right now. It's a bit of a project because I had screwed up the original finish on here by accident. I'll show you one side because I haven't done this side yet. This is the M390 TPK edition, you know, with the camo carbon fiber Miami Vice scales. You see that? The scratches on the blade? I did a boo-boo. I was sharpening it. I wasn't paying attention, and the sharpening rod skipped onto the blade. And I scratched it. So for the longest time, I just left it. I was like, whatever. Recently got my hands on a rather inexpensive belt grinder / buffer on Amazon. They're like $50. So I said, what the hey, let's see if we can go ahead and refinish the scales, because on both sides it was bad. So I applied some diamond compound on this guy. And so all this side has been buffed. And look at that. Nearly a mirror polish on this. I mean, it is actually quite reflective. So that's one side. This is the other side. You can't really tell, right? Like, it's a little bit reflective. You know, this is the stock polish. You know, get some scratches in there. And then this is the first side that I've been working on. Look at that. So I'm going to do that to the other side as well. So it's been a project. It's been a project. Look at that. Look at that. Mirror polish. $50. $50. You too can get yourself one of those machines. The question I have is, should I make a video out of it? I mean, I probably wouldn't do that with this knife because I'm already halfway through with it, but you know, maybe that would be content people would be interested in. I have released recent content, however. Boom. My latest piece of content is on the Remet RT Cool Whale. Just in time for the holidays, guys. Remet has been upping their game as far as the quality, the fit, and finish. My most recent episode is on this guy, the Remet RT Cool Whale, and I showcased two of them too. Boom! Check that out. Check that out. We might have to do a bit of a giveaway on one of these guys. I like them, and I would love to share one with somebody. So we might do a giveaway on that. Maybe not tonight, but maybe in the near future. I'll let the good people in the Only Spartans Discord know. With that being said, I did say hi to some people while I was in the waiting room. I think my mic was live. If not, this will be awkward. We're going to go ahead and hit up the chat. Guys, hold on. I don't think I actually checked to make sure my chat was working before I came in the live stream. So we might have to do that real quick. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. We're gonna get the chat to pop up here on the screen in just a second. There it is. Ian Coates. We'll start off with Ian Coates. He said I had a juicy tube steak in my pocket today. Really? I thought that was just a roll of dimes. How's it going, Ian? Good to see you, man. Welcome in. Oh my goodness. And speaking of the devil, we were just talking about them. Shout out to Reccomended Knives with the $10 super. Remet, thank you. He says, my brothers, good evening. Thank you so much, Remet. Good to see you in the chat. Welcome into Bradford Mitchell as well. Welcome in. And oh my goodness, another $10 super from Remet. Thank you. An extremely cost-effective knife. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, you know what I love about this? is that this is definitely reflective of a lot of thought that has gone into quality of life improvements over the course of the last couple of years. For example, something that I love, this is absolutely a sterile blade. There's no markings on the blade whatsoever. The logo, and you can see, like, I did some cut tests with this. Cut test's great, by the way. Great blade geometry. They moved the logo to the pivot. Check that out. We've been asking for that. It looks great. Love putting the logo on the pivot. T8 hardware everywhere. And they're $42, guys. They're $42. If there was ever a time to get one for yourself or to get one for a friend, shoot, buy two. Buy one for you, buy one for a friend. It's a bonding experience. But yeah, that's my most recent episode. It's live. Go check it out. Go watch it. Let me know what you think. For $42, you really can't go wrong. If you want a more premium model, they actually do have a titanium model that looks pretty cool as well. So make sure to check that out. Remet, thank you so much for another $10 super. Thank you. Thank you. I got to make sure I'm not missing too many things. First and foremost, I want to shout out Ian Coates' 14-month anniversary as a channel member, as a moderator, overall pillar of the community. Says, sing happy birthday to Jim Miller, Double Dog Dare. Oh, the world's not ready for this, for these golden tones. Oh, man. If you guys are wondering why I'm sweating, by the way, because yeah, I am sweating. If you're like, is Rolls sweating? Yes, Rolls is sweating. I think my new thing is I'm eating a spicy pepper like 20 minutes before the live stream. And yeah, these jalapenos are getting me, man. The jalapenos are getting me. Grown in the backyard. I was reading something online because I was like, why are these jalapenos so damn spicy? I don't understand why these jalapenos that I grow in my backyard are so spicy. I don't get it. I was looking it up online. Apparently, some people's jalapenos become super spicy if those jalapenos are cross-pollinated when they are in the flowering stage. We got our plants from a friend as like cuttings, right? And they got their plants originally from a greenhouse. So I can only assume that those plants were potentially cross-pollinated because these are some of the spiciest jalapenos ever. Happy birthday, by the way. It's my man, Jim Miller, another pillar of the community. Happy birthday, Jim. All right. And shout out to Vavelski, 8-month anniversary. He says 1 more month will make it 9 months. 9 months, and then a legend was born. Apparently. Hey, and shout out to Remet for another $10 super. They say if you're not satisfied with the knife, you can return it at any time. Yeah, dude, that's awesome. You know what that is? That's great customer service right there. Because a lot of times when we buy knives online, right? A lot of people in the community, we don't have access to brick and mortar stores that have every knife that we want to check out. Sometimes you get something and it's just not for you. And when that happens, it's nice when the company allows you to return it. So that's awesome. Thank you, Remet, and thank you again for another $10 super. And oh my goodness, they're making it rain. They're making it rain. Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. So generous. Definitely appreciate it. And I'm in a chat view right now where it's popping up with anniversaries. So we're going to do another shout out here. Shout out to my man TC Blades, 12 months battalion leader. Battalion leader. We only got a few of those, guys. Only got a few of those. TC, thank you for riding with the channel for a whole year. Says, let's go Spartans unite. Keep killing it, Shambo. Remet, still love you. Gosh, you guys are so cool. Thank you guys so much for riding with the channel. Each and every one of you guys. I definitely appreciate it 100%. Frank Cheat says, happy birthday, Jim. Jim says, it is not. Oh man. Cicero says jalapenos. Shh, come on, roll. Let me tell you something, Cicero. I love spicy food. Okay, I do. I love spicy food, and I love jalapenos. Jalapeno poppers. Give me a 12-pack. Okay, Give me a 12-pack. I have no problem. I buy jalapenos at the store all the time. Eat them raw. Perfect. Pop them in the mouth. Love them. Love them. I'm the hot sauce guy, okay? I had a family friend just give me a jar of habanero jam jelly, and they had it labeled as hell jelly, and they gave it to us because apparently it's too hot for anyone in their family. They said, you know, like, we made this, but it's too hot for everybody. I make peanut butter jelly sandwiches out of that. Like, I put it on my biscuits. Okay. So it's not like I am just, it's not like I have a weak palate. Okay. But when I tell you that the jalapenos in my backyard are ridiculous, they are overachieving. When I say that they are the spiciest jalapenos I've ever had in my entire freaking life, I'm not exaggerating. Like, these jalapenos are next level. They don't, like, they look like jalapenos, they taste like jalapenos, but they're hotter than the habaneros that I've eaten. That is not a joke. Anyways, I don't have to justify myself. Or maybe I do. I don't know. Maybe I should just drink some water. Ian says, sing the damn song. No. It doesn't even sound like it was actually Jim's birthday, Ian. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Did I say thank you to Remet for the 5 gifted memberships, by the way? Thank you so much, Remet, for all of the support. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. I know I'm missing something, so hang on, guys. I'm catching up. It's been a crazy start to the live. Shout out to my man B Shade. He says, that's a spicy meatball. Ed says, are my jalapenos in the mail yet? I might have to roast them, then dry them. You know, this is organic material. Plus, I'm going to do something with them. I'm going to can them maybe. Maybe I'll pickle them, some pickled jalapenos. Mine are red. We let them fully ripen on the vine. Jim says, Ian, it's a damn copy. You guys are killing me. Oh man. All right. Hold the phone. Shout out to Bradford Mitchell for the $5 super. He says, I like them spicy, but ooh, spicy. Still, Idaho does not exist. Oz is more believable, and your little dog too. Man, I live in a fantasy land. It's true. It's true. It's true. What's up, Jojo? Welcome in, man. Ian says 2015, a court ruling freed it. Free use 2016 became public domain. Interesting. Ed says jalapenos are my least favorite pepper. What's your favorite pepper? Do you like the Reaper pepper? Do you like the Carolina Reaper? Do you like the Scorpion? Top Dog says too hot for rolls. No way. It's not too hot. I eat them, but I am also the only person in my house that's willing to eat them. And I'm going to do something good with them too. I think I'm going to pickle some, and I think I'm going to make jam jelly out of the others. I'm a weirdo. Okay. I like spicy jelly. There's a yogurt out there made by a company called Noosa. And for the longest time, Noosa had a full lineup of spicy yogurt. So they had like pineapple habanero yogurt. They had pineapple habanero. They had like a peach jalapeno. They did a line of spicy yogurts, and those were amazing. It was like sweet and spicy yogurts. I mean, they were always in stock. So apparently I was the only person that liked them. But Noosa, Noosa, the best yogurt I've ever had in my life. Sweet and spicy yogurt. I love the spice, man. Too hot for me? Nah, man. But they are hot. They are the hottest jalapenos that I've ever had in my life. All right. And shout out to Remet for another $1.50. Thank you so much. All right. Hold on, chat. Stephen Fletcher, what's up, man? He says, are you giving the peppers enough water? I heard if you starve them for water a week before you pick them, they get hotter. I mean, I don't think so. We water them all the time. They're super freaking juicy. Yeah, they were juicy. So I don't think so. I mean, they did go through different periods of time where maybe they went like 3 or 4 days without water, like times when we were out of town. Didn't know that. I learned something new every day. What's up, Sierra Rick? So I'm confused. Jim, can you confirm, is it or is it not your birthday? I read that it wasn't, and then I read that it was, and I'm just confused if Ian just wants me to try to sing on a live stream. Let me know, Jim. Let me know. Hold on. Speaking of Jim, long-standing supporter, riding with the channel for even longer than that says. It says 27 months, but Jim's been around since before I could even have channel members. Jim, thank you so much for riding with the channel for forever. Says, thanks, guys. It is my 70th birthday for real. Awesome. Tell you what, Jim, if you want me to sing you happy birthday, I'll do it for you. I won't do it for Ian. I'll do it for you. Hey, TC Blades with the $10 super. He says, let's start the next Sharp Fund. Step it up, guys. Step it up. Ed says, they'll survive a week in the mail. Weather is cool. We'll see. We'll see. You might have a spicy package coming your way. Ian says, Jim and I have been butting heads on copyright status of happy birthday. It's not like I care about, like, I don't monetize. I don't do advertisement or ad revenue on my live streams. I never have. I never have. So for me, like, I don't care about copyright strikes, right? Like, I don't. I've had several live streams that I've done I don't get strikes, I get claims. It's so, like, if, for example, I play a video and someone is like, they have a popular song in it, even if it's just like 3 seconds, I'll get a copyright claim, and then YouTube will be like, it's not a strike. We're just going to take any revenue that you may have earned from that, and we're going to give it to, Universal Studios. Oh my goodness. Jim, Top Dog, 33 months. Top Dog, you know I love you, man. Thank you so much for riding with the channel. Another longtime supporter who's been here since before I could even have channel memberships. Thank you for riding with the channel for 33 months. And Jim Miller, he said, you're killing me, Jim. Jim says, please, here's 20. Here's a crisp 20. Please don't. Jim, thank you so much, man. So generous. On your own birthday? Stop it, Jim. If you were in Boise, I'd be going out and I'd be buying you a drink for your birthday. But to the birthday boy, I will not sing happy birthday. It's probably a wise decision. I am not a linguist. That's not the right word. Fred says, it's not my birthday, but will you do it for me? When it is your birthday, maybe I will. Top Dog says he will. It's his call. I would do it for Jim. All right. Henry G says, why are you people afraid of the like button? It's free. Smash the like button, guys. Do it for me, please. Please. Wicked Dreams, what's up, man? I've been taking a note out of your book. I don't know if you saw it, but I've been attempting to put a mirror finish. I gotta wipe my crusty, dusty fingerprints off this bad boy. I've been attempting to do a mirror polish mod on my QSP Hedgehog. So, like, here's the side I've been working on, right? It's a half micron, so it's 0.5 micron. It's not even 1 micron on the on a buffer. So I've been working on it. So this one is just like, 5 minutes of me screwing around. Check that out. Wicked Dreams does some amazing mirror polish. I don't know. Is there a better way to show this? Like, hold on. Let me see. Look at that. There it is. So I'm working on it. It's not a true full mirror, because if you look at it from an angle, you can still see some of the old striations from the satin, the old satin. To give you a good idea, this is the side I haven't started working on yet. It still has scratches on it. Like, I use this knife, guys. QSP Hedgehog, great user knife. It's not new. I've had it for a minute, but I'm working on it. Wicked Dream Designs has some of the best mirror polish mods that I've seen on a knife, period. Ian says, I think Top Dog is the longest standing member. I can actually look it up, but it's not a competition. You know why? Because I appreciate everyone that supports the channel. Absolutely. Ian says, tempted to donate $21 to Up Jim. I would say this, Ian, it's his birthday. It's his call. If Jim doesn't want me to sing him happy birthday, I definitely won't. That is his call. Holy crap. Shout out to my man Chris for the $10 super. Says, thanks for all the love, Knife Bros. Absolutely, man. Thank you for all the support. Ian will give you 40 if you sing. I'm no Frank Sinatra. YouTube will be like, why is everyone muting this live stream? You'll probably get clipped. John Tagamori, what's up, man? Good to see you. Top Dog says, guys, I need to bow out. My one good eye is killing me. I'll be listening, so be good. Feel free, man. Take a breather. Take a breather. We know you're here. Need to drink more water. All right, hold on. And yeah, man, take care of that eye for sure. Welcome into Kodiak Edge. Good to see you. Welcome in. Wicked says, looks sick. It's going to be addicting if you keep doing it. You're going to want a mirror every... So I have some knives that I've screwed up on where I tried to sharpen too fast. And when you accidentally run the stone up on the primary bevel of the knife and you're like, crap. Listen, I'm not opposed to getting wear and tear on my knives because I carry them. But it's one thing when you get a scratch on a knife because you're like, you know what? I got that scratch on that knife because I shoved it 10 feet deep into a mountain lion when I was hunting. Slid right across the bone. Scratched. Mountain lion bones. But that's my point, right? If it comes with a story, yeah, I got a scratch on this because I was using it at work. Or yeah, I got a scratch on it because I was plowing through 100 different Amazon boxes. Fine. That's cool. That's wear and tear. But when it's wear and tear because you were dumb, I was dumb, and you just weren't paying attention, that's where it's that stings. That stings, right? I don't care about the scratches that I put on my knives due to use. I care about the scratches that I put on my knives due to my own inattentiveness. It's my EDC ADHD. And for those Tri-State fans out there, if you watch one of his recent videos, apparently I'm not the only one that has that. I watched that. I was like, I feel like this is personal. Who knew? Oh, man. But yeah, no, so I think it's cool, right, to bring some glory back. But what I'm realizing is that I probably should have gone with a diamond compound that was not a higher, but a lower grit first, because the half is really good for bringing out a high polish. but it's not so good for removing deep scratches that you put on a blade due to your own, you know, your sharpening stone. So I might get some more buffing pads to give it a true mirror, because I know I could get there eventually if I just buff the crap out of it, right? With this half micron diamond compound that I have on there right now. I know I could get there eventually, but it would take a while. So I think what I need to do is a grip progression, right? So I'll probably start with something like a 9 micron, and then go to something like a 2 micron, and then, you know, go to a 1 micron, and then the half micron. And I think that's how I get a truly, and let me know if I'm right, man, but I think that's how I get a true blue mirror, like full mirror without any of the old satin striations, right? Let me know in the chat, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. Matt Maurer, what's up, man? Good to see you. Paul says drink water. Are we talking about this drink water? Or are we talking about what's up, drink water? Good to see you, man. So, man, some of the things you guys make me put up on the screen. Ian says, I use my knives to invoke domain expansion. Never tried that. What's up, John? Good to see you. Paul says the big baby blocked me because he doesn't like hearing the truth. Who are we talking about? I feel like there's some drama that I'm missing. TC says my ADHD is strong. I always thought I had the 4. Listen, I used to think that maybe I was just not good at multitasking. I'll put it to you like that. But for me, my biggest issue is that, like, I obsess, right? So, like, when I find something I'm interested in, I obsess, and I dive down the rabbit hole a mile deep, and then, you know, eventually I'll get to a point where I'm like, well, this isn't fun anymore. Or maybe it's like still fun, but it doesn't create the dopamine response. And so you'll notice certain trends on my channel where all of a sudden I start doing things differently. And it's because what I've learned is that if I continue to do the same thing for a long period of time, I start to lose interest in it. So you'll notice that my content has changed over time, because if I continued to just keep doing things the exact same way, I stop getting fulfillment out of it. I stop getting the dopamine out of it. So you'll notice my content changes quite, I wouldn't say quite frequently, but like I always hit this stopping point where I have to reflect and be like, I need to do this a different way now. I've managed to keep that within the realm of the hobby specifically. But it's one of those things. Hold on. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. All right. The chat has jumped. I'm trying to catch up. Hey, what's up, Tom? Good to see you. He says, I ran a stone on the primary bevel of a knife. I was so bummed. I immediately ordered another one. I'm telling you, I don't care about putting wear and tear scratches on my knives. If it's actual wear and tear, like if it's one of those things where you go to sharpen it because you want to put a killer edge on it so that you can use it, and then you run it up on the primary bevel, that is pain. I don't know how else to say it. That is pain. I hate that. Alice Styes, what's up, man? Is it Alice Stay or Alice Styes? I'm not sure how to say that. Hopefully, I'm not butchering it too bad. It says, don't like scratches on my Kunwu S-Tau, but it's still my favorite knife so far. Yeah. Kunwu does an amazing job on their DLC. I always like getting knives in DLC whenever I can. But also steels, like, for example, here's a good example. Steels like Rex 121. Super high wear resistant steels are going to avoid scratches off of doing dumb stuff, and that's why they look like they don't get a lot of use, because you can go through a million feet of cardboard with this and it's never going to show a scratch, because none of the silica pieces in the cardboard are hard enough to scratch the surface of Rex 121. Same thing with 15V. S90V for the most part, super high wear resistant, just like this one right here. S90V is going to be one of those that you know, it's going to take a lot to actually scratch it. DLC coating. Again, I'm not against putting some scratches on my blades if they're scratches that come from regular use. But scratches from sharpening just kind of bum me out. Jim says, I wonder how much of the knife community has some degree of ADHD. I bet it's substantial. You might be onto something there. We might need an ADHD convention. DC says, mirror polish on the Manix 2 is spot on. There's a mirror polish on the Manix 2? There is? There didn't used to be. All right, guys. Hey, welcome into Geo Knife. What's up, Geo Knife? Good to see you. Ed says, is everyone gently caressed the like button? I'm
not retarded, but I like rocks.
Please do gently caress the like button, but don't catch a charge. Okay, do it respectfully. You know, guys. Before we get too far down the rabbit hole, let's go ahead and do some pocket checks. We'll pocket check the Only Spartans Discord. The channel members Discord. This is where the channel members hang out. If you want to be a part of a community, all channel members have access to the Only Spartans Discord. So if you're a channel member and you want to join the community, you can join. Even if you don't stay a channel member forever, once you're in the Discord, you're in. So let's see what these Spartans we're carrying today in 3, 2, 1, go. Boom. And we're going to start with, we're starting with Nick T. I like it. Nick's got a purple theme going on today. He's got the Surge coin, the Surge Panchenko coin. This is a cool knife that I don't see a lot of, but these were really hot when they came out. This is it's the Oaks. Wait for it. It's the Oaks Lantra. That's what it is. Yeah. With the purple haze fat carbon. Very nice. Oaks Lantra. He's got the Riot VK Anub. Love that knife, man. He's been carrying that a lot. And then he's got the ATK Halt. Super nice carry. Again, love the purple theme we got going on there. And I really like I love that Serge Panchenko coin. He makes those in-house. Vavelski's coming in hot. He's got a unique Chris Reeve knife. It's a Chris Reeve. I believe that's a Sebenza 31, not a small Sebenza. I believe that's a full-size Sebenza. Looks like a full-size Sebenza. Out on the road with the pooch. Love it, man. I don't think I've ever seen this specific unique design on a Sebenza. Maybe that's why it's unique. Solid photo. Very nice. My carry today, of course, my pedestrian style photo from my phone. This is what I'm talking about. You guys don't have to be super good photographers to take and share your pocket checks, guys. This was taken from my phone in my car. My carry today, Sage 6 with the Rips Garage Tech scales, and of course the TPK Hedgehog that I'm working on putting in mirror polish on the blade with. So yeah, that's what I carry today. Frankie Cheech, he's got a 15V Manix 2 with Mettenboss scales. We're gonna get to this because one of the reasons that I was staying away from a 15V Manix 2 is because the only option that was available was the lightweight, and they didn't really have a whole lot of options for titanium scales for the lightweight. I am not putting aluminum scales on my 15V. I refuse. Call me an elitist. I don't care. You can call me an elitist if you want. 15V deserves titanium or carbon fiber. For me. Apparently, Mettenboss now has titanium scales for the 15V Manix 2. And I might need to pick one up. I might. Grateful Dong. Is that a ProTech runt? He's like, I'm not telling you, Roll. It's got to be a ProTech runt, right? Listen. I was a fan of knives before I ever had a channel, and this was showcased like every single episode of the Blade HQ channel. Back when Zach and Ben were running the Blade HQ channel. Every single episode, I swear they brought out a ProTech run. That's got to be a ProTech run. Craig's got a lot of knives, and yes, he does carry these. Check it out. He's got the Swift 3. He's got the Spyderco Paramilitary 2 with some crazy scales. Who does those scales? I got to know. He's got a Cold Steel Voyager. We're not cheating by looking at the name on the blade. I promise. Which one is this? Which one is this? I have failed.
Epic fail.
I have failed, Craig. I'm sorry. I don't know what that is. I'm missing on I'm missing on like half of these knives. You guys got to help me out here. Unless you like to see me struggle, that's fine too. Cat Scratch, he's coming in hot with. I'm not entirely sure what that is. I am not entirely sure what that is. What is that? Chat, what is that? They'll let me know in the chat. Cat Scratch, I don't recognize that knife. It looks cool though. Looks like we got some contoured titanium scales. Is that 3D milling I see on that hollow grind of that blade? Who makes that? I'm intrigued. Looking at the hardware, I'm guessing that's got to be American made, right? I'm looking at the milling on the scales. I'm looking at the hardware. The style, I just have a feeling that's American made. I feel bad that I don't know what that is, but that is cool. The Pons, he's got a Civivi Baby Banter and an Arkfeld. Is that an Arkfeld Ultra or the Arc Pro? Looks like one of their special edition versions of the Arkfeld though. I like it. Ooh, and he's also got the full collection, the Ramlock collection. So he's got the Ramlock Stitch, MSI, and the Amphibian. I still need to get my hands on an MSI and an Amphibian. I'm kind of jealous of that. I need that. I like those. I like the Microtech Ramlock. I agree with that in a lot of different ways. Some people might not. Dazed is coming in hot. He's got a Kershaw Bel Air. Is that an XL? I don't think so. Is it? Is it? Right next to one of last year's stickers from my sticker packs. Gosh, I need to do more sticker packs this year. It's about that time. It's almost been a complete year. I need to work on that. We'll do sticker packs again. We'll figure it out. We'll do it bigger and better this year than we did it last year. We will. Kershaw Bel Air. I think that's the XL. I think. I could be wrong. John Tagamori has two of my favorite knives. Period. He's got these are probably two of my top 3 knives that I own. He's got Machine Wise Mojave, love it, and the Craig Brown Cortex XL, also love it. Love the milling pattern on that Cortex XL. Mine is different. I call mine like Craig Brown just numbers these patterns like milling pattern number 4. Boring. Come on, Craig Brown. Diamond reinforced dragon scales. I don't know. You don't have to be ridiculous, but the name, give it a name. Milling pattern on mine is this guy. I call it the wavy flag. That's what it reminds me of. The wavy flag. They're all cool. I don't think Craig Brown has a milling pattern that looks bad. Honestly, some of the best handle scale milling patterns out there. And the Machine Wise Mojave is just amazing. Love it. Carlos, ooh, he's got the Beans Blade. He's got the Beans Blade Warrior with camo carbon. I actually reviewed this knife. I did. It's a bruiser of a knife. It is a bruiser of a knife. I was loaned one by Blade Runner Outpost, and it's OEM'd by Riot. It's actually a really, really well-made knife. I like it. That started out as a fixed blade. Beans Blade initially did that as a fixed blade, and the fixed blade was super popular. As a folding knife, some people were kind of concerned about its girthiness. But I'm here to tell you that it's a really cool knife. Riot killed it on the production side. That's a knife that deserves more love, in my opinion. It's not going to be for everybody. Some people are going to say that it's just too thick. It's got too much girth. But I'm here to tell you that is actually a really cool knife. Let's go. TC, he's got a Poikilo Tuna Mini in the Gecko Customs Pictus. Look at that. And just you know, in the background there, he's got the frag pattern TRM Neutron. I see you back there with the frag pattern TRM Neutron. That's cool. Pictus, that's super cool. Yeah, Pictus is a great freaking knife. Bradford Mitchell, the most casual, impressive flex. That's a Skiff Fugitive, right? I always get the Skiff knives mixed up, but damn, does Skiff make really good looking knives. Yeah, that's cool. Jim's birthday carry. Let's go. He's got the Spyderco Swayback, the Brass Brigade, J. Cal Warncliffe, and the Brother 1510. Nice, man. That's a solid carry for your birthday. Bringing out the old titanium Swayback. I dig it. I definitely dig it. Is that the stock? Is that the stock cutout? I know Duty's Daggers does some modifications to the Swayback that make it. He does some modifications to the Swayback. I might have to find a Swayback and reach out to him about doing that. Super cool carry. Again, happy birthday, Jim. Aaron D2, another super casual flex over here. That's got to be a Holt Morpheus, right? Right? I know the haptic is more of a Warncliffe. There's the Holt, the Morpheus, the haptic, and then there's another one. What's the other Holt model? But I'm positive that's a Morpheus, right? I believe so. One Sneaky Bee's coming in hot. He's got his own. Man, I love it. I love it. Listen, where did I put it? Here it is. So he's got like the aggressive fluted milling, or do they call that the sunburst? I'm not sure. Also rips Garage Tech scales, also on an S90V. Love it, man. I 100% approve of that decision. And then, of course, not to be overshadowed by this absolutely gorgeous Mojave. Freaking awesome. Drink water. Why do you do this to me? This is the knife that got away. This is the knife that got away. Okay? This is a Hinderer full track warning. The Hinderer full track warning is an amazingly cool knife that I've missed out on like every single drop that they've done. I hope they do more full track warnings. I need to get one. It's on my must buy list. It is on my must buy list. And then, of course, he's got a Jonathan McNee's Spyderco McBee. Freaking full track warning for Warning Wednesday. Love it. Nate, hate Nate. He's got a. You're not gonna get me on this one, Nate. You're not gonna get me. It's the concept Orlock. I'm not Ron Burgundy. I won't just say whatever you put on the screen. Most of the time, concept Orlock. Let's see. No exclusives. Got the Ironfly YOLO and the QSP Penguin Plus. Okay. Little Ironfly YOLO. We got a little Warncliffe Wednesday going on. I like it. Fred says, these are the 4 I've been playing around with during this live. It counts. It counts. He's got the Vulcan Knives Wasp, the Kunwu Excalibur, the Bestech Taipan, and the Tri-Stash V2. Okay. Vulcan knives are, Vulcan makes custom knives that I have not experienced yet, but I need to. Not all of his knife designs are for me. I'll be honest. Vulcan does some really crazy knife designs, and they're not all for me, but he does make some that I really do enjoy. And one of these days, I'm going to pull the trigger on one. He's pretty reasonable on his pricing, too, for custom knives. Obviously, that's Kunwu Excalibur, Tri-Stash V2, Bestech Taipan. Solid, man. Super solid, Fred. Is that a hollow grind on that? Gotta ask. Is that a hollow grind? I can't tell just with the picture. Let's go. Jim's got an Artisan Cutlery. Is that a Satyr? Is that a Satyr? The Artisan Cutlery Satyr? Is that a Satyr? Did I get it right? No way. No way. Holy cannoli, we got it right. It doesn't say it on the blade, does it? No. That is the satyr. I'm pretty sure that's that's the satyr. I think so. Is that the Arion? Oh, it's the Arion.
Epic fail.
It's time to retire. Time to hang it up, guys. It looks like the satyr. Artisan cutlery Arion. People are like, no way. Artisan cutlery Arion. Yeah, it's close enough for government work. I was excited. This is why you got to help me out, Jim. Dale Lane. Dale's got a nice. Look at that. He put some work in on that Kaiser drop bear. And is that who does that fixed blade? That fixed blade looks awesome. That's not an Ares EDC fixed blade, is it, Dale? I'm not sure. I know that's a Kaiser drop bear, though. Ooh, Blind Woo Fury. He got himself a good one. Look at that. Transparent Knives Doodle. My man. Isn't it a great knife? Blind? I'm telling you, man. Love that knife. To pieces. I have to hide it to keep it out of my pocket, or it would just live there by default. And then, of course, Stonewall. He's got a Tyconic Tycon 1. Rest in peace to Tyconic. It didn't work out. It didn't work out between Tough Knives and RS Knife Works, which is sad because I thought that this was a great collaboration. I believe they sold their remaining stock to Vosteed, who was the OEM on this guy. Vosteed sent me one for a review. Great knife. If you liked the RS Chaos and if you liked the Vosteed Psyop, grab this. It's like a mixture of both. Really cool knife. I think Vosteed still has some. I could be wrong. And then let's go. Ooh, John Blackman. He's got the Leatherman Free T4 and the Spyderco Bodacious in Spy 27. How do you like that Spy 27? Let me know. I know it's supposed to be like Spyderco's version of S35. I'm curious. How good is it? Is it better than their S30V? That's what I really want to know. I've been missing the chat, so I'm going to hop back in this chat. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I know I've missed stuff. He says, Al S. Taze. Alice Taze. All right, man. He says, I'll be here for a bit, so get it right. Al stays? Alice S. Taze. Alice Taze. Alice Taze. Okay. I got it. All right. Hold on. Oh, the Manix 2 I bought from you has the mirror polish. Yeah, on the edge. I'm talking about the main flat of the blade. I was like, wait, did you put a mirror polish on the main flat? Like, you're talking about the edge bevel. The mirror polish put on that is a really good one because on the one that I sold to TC, the way that I did the edge bevel with the true mirror is I did a long grit progression. So I went from 200 grit to like 300 grit to 600 grit to 1,000 grit to 2,000 grit, and then I went into using lapping film because lapping film is insane for putting a mirror polish on your edge or on your knife at all. Because lapping film can go to like 50,000 grit, like 100,000 grit. I'm not kidding. This is not an exaggeration. And so I did that. I started using different lapping film progressions to get a true mirror on it, and it's insane. Absolutely insane. And it's it's a lot of fun, but you do have to be careful because if you do that too much, all of a sudden every edge needs to be mirror polished. But yeah, if you're wondering how I got the mirror polish on that edge, that's how I did it. I did it by using a lot of different grits and going into lapping film. which allowed me to go up into some crazy high grit. Anthony Kitchen, what's up, man? He says, I'm happy in denial. Got new shinies on the way. We Medforce collab, you know. What knife? What knife do you have on the way? Ian says, Vivelsky beat me to the chase on a unique graphics Sebenza. You know, I see a lot of unique graphics Sebenzas out there, but there's just not many that I look at and go, yeah, I want to spend the extra dough on that. But I will say this, the one that Vivelsky has looks great. It looks really good. Really good. Dale says, OG have them with skiff upgrade manic scales. They don't have them because they have to make them. That's what I hate. I'll say this, like, this is the annoying thing about Original Goat. Like, is it cool that they make them to order? Yes. Does it also suck that you order it and then it's like you're waiting for a pre-order every time you order? Yes. Original Goat, who I know doesn't watch my channel, but if you work for Original Goat or you know someone that does, or you're in contact with them, please communicate with them that the community is tired of ordering something and then waiting 2 months. I could order something from China and get it quicker. If the shipping time is quicker just ordering it from China than ordering it from someone in the US, there's opportunity for improvement is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. All right, I'm going to catch up with the chat here. I'm going to try anyways. I'm just trying to make sure I didn't miss anybody's anniversary or anything. Oh my goodness, Jay Kors getting with the $2 super.
I'm not retarded, but I like rocks.
I did the combo, the sound effect combo for you. Says this is Farda. I like rocks patches, and the patches we're not there yet. They still reach out to me. The patch companies reach out to me. I just don't know who's legitimate or not. I just don't. Jim says, I'm thinking Hinderer for my next splurge. Do it, man. Do it. Get a full track, Jim. We should both get a full track. Do it for your birthday. You earned it. You deserve it. Birthday present for yourself. Do it. I'm just trying to get in on a release. I'm always a day late on those. Every single time. Anyways, I'm gonna scroll down and try to catch up with the chat here. Hold on. Ed B says Roll sucks at knife ID. Unsubbed. Oh man, it's true. I'm not the guy that, you know, shows up on you know, the what's that show they do, the pawn shop guys, Pawn Stars. I'm not the guy that, you know, the pawn shop calls to identify rare and unique knives. I'm not that guy. I'm a hobbyist peasant, like many other people. Someone just gave me a camera, and by someone I mean myself. Anyways. Yep, not a satyr. Yeah. This is how you know I'm catching up on the chat. Hey, Night Rare. Shout out to Night Rare for the 1 year anniversary as a battalion leader. Night, thank you for riding with the channel for 1 year. It says, Happy Wednesday, Spartans. Just got my 1 year award. I feel so proud. The only problem is I feel like I'm being rewarded for my addiction instead of being rewarded for overcoming it. Just, you know, buy a knife. That's what I do. Life is hard, buy a knife. Hard day at work, buy a knife. Trust me. Thank you for riding with the channel for a whole year. I appreciate it. Vivelsky, thank you. Thank you for the $5 super. Thank you, man. He says, thank you. No, thank you. Thank you. Chris E says, honestly, I ordered 2 sets of OG scales. One was 5 to 7 days. The other one said November, and I got both last week. Nice. I'm impatient. I can't help it. I'm impatient. But also, I have a hard time trusting because I see so many people get burned when they order stuff knowing that it's going to be a month or 2 months or 3 months or 4 months. Not saying that Original Goat has ever done that or ever burned anybody. Like, they've got a good track record with the community. I know this. But I had a hard time just waiting. Where did I put it? I had a hard time just waiting a week for this to show up. I'm not built for the Original Goat lead times. It's true. Aaron D2 says, I've been waiting on my OG goat scale since May. No. Since May? Are you kidding? That's a long time. What kind of pre-order was that? Man, I'd be livid since May. That's 5 months ago. What happened? Definitely reach out to him, man. See what happened. 5 months seems a little excessive. What's up, Lemon? Says Shiro F3 Alatex from my next big purchase. Ooh. We're getting saucy with it with the Shiro F3. Man, those Shirogorovs sure look nice. I know that they fell out of favor recently for some reason. I have no idea why. It's like all of a sudden half the community says these Shiros are no longer cool. Shirogorov still makes a really amazing knife. And I still need to get one. They're on my hit list. For sure. All right. So we're going to do something. We're talking about doing some knife mods, right? Now would be a good time to check out Metin Boss. I'm not sponsored by them at all, but it was mentioned in the Discord, in the Hangout and Chat section of the Discord, that apparently now Metin Boss has scales for the Manix 2 Lightweight. Titanium scales. Now, Metin Boss has some amazing quality. They always have. And they're recently in a new shop under new ownership. And apparently they've been killing it. So I've been looking for an excuse to check them out. Let's do this. We're going to shop Spyderco. Giggity. Manix 2. Here we go. Manix 2 Frag Titanium. Manix 2 Lightweight with backspacer. That is bananas. Titanium. These are made in the United States too. Engravings. Different engravings. Okay. That's kind of cool, actually. Trippy. That is super trippy. I'm more of a milling guy than an engraving guy. Just going to throw that out there. Cicero says, I once waited a whole year for my birthday. That's funny. That is hilarious. All right. Zirconium Frag Manix 2. I wonder, do they have zirconium for the lightweight? All right. So it doesn't look like they have any milling options for the Manix 2 Lightweight, or at least not at the moment. Get this crap out of my screen. I think the way to go on this one would be no engravings, actually. Why does it keep doing that? No engravings, I think, would be the way to go. $109 titanium scales for your Manix 2 Lightweight. Yeah, I mean, not that I have anything against these engravings. Maybe I just need to take a chance on one of these. I just feel like, I show this to the wrong person, I'm going to give them a seizure. Not that I have anything against great engravings, but I do think that the plain Jane scales look good. Like, there's something to be said about that. It's probably for the best. Ooh, you can do different surface treatment too. So we could make it blue. You can make it purple. You could do flamed oil slick. You could do gloss black. What? That's cool. I'd probably do none. Yeah, leave it plain Jane. Plain Jane titanium. Yeah, that could be cool. Or you could be brave and get one of these. It is neat that there is a titanium option available, though. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, shout out to Hate Nate for the $10 super. Says, say the knife bites. Say it. Say it. The Horlock. Damn you, Ron Burgundy. I read what's on the screen. The Horlock. Do it. Just do it like Nike. For real, though. The Orlock is great. Terry designed. You win. You win. You put it on the screen. I read it. Like Ron Burgundy. If you know, you know. Thank you for the $10 Superman. And for the laugh. That's funny. Man, some of the things you guys put in the chat. That's all I'm going to say. Some of the things you guys put in the chat is crazy. But let's, we were talking about Original Goat, so let's go ahead and check them out. Original Goat has some really, really cool designs, and they do some things really well that other companies do not. Specifically do not in the aftermarket titanium scale race. And I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. Maybe it's not on this one. Joke's on me. Hold on. Spyderco. Looking at the Manix 2 lightweight. Apparently they don't do it on the Manix 2 lightweight. That's kind of a bummer. Where was it? I saw it and it was really cool, and I was kind of bummed that. Okay, so check this out. 80-20.5 pocket clip. Look at this. Look at this. Where's the pocket clip? The first time I saw this, I was like, what is this voodoo? Because look at that. Look at how well that blends in right here with the rest of the scales. It looks like it was milled. Like, this is a listing for a pocket clip, guys. And it looks like the pocket clip is a part of the scales. That's how clean that milling is. You have to look at it from this angle to see how it's even attached on there, because from the flat side of it, it looks like from the flat side, it just blends in. That's bananas. Like, that's what the clip looks like by itself. But when it's on the knife, it just, how did it get there? That's crazy cool. That is crazy cool. That's got to be the best pocket clip for an 80-20.5 that I've ever seen. No joke. Best pocket clip award for the 80-20.5 goes to Original Goat. Absolutely bananas. I mean, it is an $80 pocket clip, but I kind of understand how they got there. The level of machining to make it fit perfectly with their scales like that and to appear to disappear inside the scales is insane. Of course, they're out of stock, so you can't buy it. I'm not shocked. Plenty of people will say, oh, it's too much money, but it doesn't matter if it's too much money because they're sold out. But that was something that I saw the other day and I was super impressed with. Oh. Hold on. They did something else that I was super impressed with. I just need to find it. Where was it? It might have been on the microtechs. I believe it was. Was it on the MSI? Yeah, it was. All right, cool. So check this out. You see what this is, guys? You see what this is? That is a milled landing spot specifically for the pocket clip. Specifically for the pocket clip. It's like they know that a pocket clip is going there. Fancy that. But when you know a pocket clip is going there, you can add a landing spot for it. What that means is you can have highly aggressive texture on the scales, and it's not gonna tear up your pockets. Easy egress. I love that. You get the same level of, like, for example, Craig Brown does that. Machine Wise does that on the Mojave. My friend Sharif Manganis, he did that on his Aurelia. It's like, please, milled landing spots for pocket clips. Can we make that a popular thing? That's all I want to do. I love that. I think they should do that on more of their scales. Do they do that because they make clips for it as well? Just asking. Yep, they do that on this one. Well, I mean, yeah, same thing, just aluminum. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Did they do that on the stitch? Yes. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. That's cool. Are these in stock? In production, estimated 6 to 8 weeks. I'm not that patient. I'm not that patient. Really cool looking scales though. And it doesn't look like they have the milled landing spot on all of their scales, just some of them. But that needs to be a thing. The milled landing spot needs to be a thing. Cicero says, you're right, Roll. Where is the wire clip? Oh, man. Hey, welcome into Kevin Smith and Knives. Good to see you, man. Welcome in. Hold on. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anything in the chat. You guys have been blowing up the chat. Frankie says expensive, but RG Custom Metalworks makes some amazing scales for the PM2 and Para 3. Yeah, they surely do, but they are also the most expensive scales I've ever seen for a Spyderco. RG Custom Metalworks, they're the ones that came out with this. $400 for this getup. I mean, you have to understand, it's not just the scales. It's also a blind screwed pocket clip that's designed to go with it. And look at it. It's freaking gorgeous. Contoured titanium. They leave the finish like a polished raw, I want to say. And you can see the individual milling lines right there. Like that's from the CNC. And then they've got the intentional milling lines right there. You know, in the hexagon pattern, the hex pattern. Freaking gorgeous. Freaking gorgeous. Like that setup right there with the contoured titanium pocket clip with the matching blind screwed contoured like it's like I get it, okay? Like I get it. And they've sold plenty of those, and you know, they have some left, which is why it's available. What else do they have? So they've got the feather pattern, also nearly $400 after shipping, definitely. Feather pattern looks really good. Really good. Love that. I think they both look awesome. It's just hard looking at this and saying I could buy 2 15V Para 3s or one set of these scales. Like that's the rub. And listen, guys, it's not just that. Hold on. Hold on. These are some damn good scales. Let me show you something. I'm going to go full screen real quick. These are some damn good scales. You see these? These are also 3D milled titanium diamond pattern. You know, I put a backspacer on there. It's got the, you know, it's got the like milling clip. Like these are awesome. These are 3D milled and contoured titanium scales from Rip's Garage Tech. Right? These cost $160. These cost $160. Look at that. Contoured. Perfect. Perfect. Are they as clean as the RG Custom Metalworks? No. I'll be honest. They're not. But they're also not $400 freaking dollars. Like, let's call a spade a spade. Are the RG Custom Metalworks a reflection of better machine work? Sure. I would say that. Having never handled them, I would say that. Are they like when we're talking about it, like you got to understand, like these are less than $200. These scales are less than $200. Are they $200 better than these scales? I don't think so. It's my honest opinion. Now, a wise man would say, why compare? Why not just buy both? at one point, I do need to check out the RG Custom Metalworks scales. Today's not that day. I've already spent a lot of money on my pair of threes. Look at that. Like these scales are ridiculous. I would say that these contoured titanium scales are the best sub $200 scales you can buy for a pair of three. Easily. Yeah. You throw on a pocket clip on here. These are like $60 pocket clips. Matching milling. The hardware and the backspacer is from Rock Scale Design. Absolutely love this setup. No regrets on this. So for those of you who like the idea of 3D milled, contoured, stone washed, titanium for your pair of three, and you don't have $400, don't be discouraged. You can get some incredible scales for under $200, and you can throw in some hardware like pocket clip and backspacer and matching titanium or different colored titanium screws that are all T8. Love this knife. This is another one of those knives that I have to hide or I'll just carry it all the time. Freaking Rips Garage Tech needs to sponsor me. Come on, Rips Garage Tech. Pretty soon it's not going to make any difference because I'll just have all their products. But that's the point I was trying to make, is that these are probably the most incredible scales that you can buy for, a pair of three, but they're also going to be the most expensive. And the question is, are they like hundreds and hundreds of dollars better, right? That's the question. And here's a good comparison. They have a pair of three standard scales diamond pattern, 210. Here we go. Diamond pattern. That looks kind of similar. Diamond pattern. That looks kind of similar. Ooh, 210 is a much better price. It's not going to come with the clip, but they're still contoured. I'm telling you that, like, those still look good. They're still contoured. With the clip, you're at $300. All right, now bear with me, and I'm not trying to dog on RG Custom Metalworks, because, like I said, their work is incredible. Anyone with eyes can see that. But stay with me, okay? Stay with me. Rips Garage Tech, also American made. Let's do pair of three scales. We're just going to do pair of three scales. They've got the regular titanium scales. Those are just the regular flat ones. And then they've got the skinny contoured. This is what I'm talking about. Ooh, look at that. 129? 129? Stop it. The diamond is now unavailable, but 129? Stop it. I'm glad I bought these while I did, because now you can't. They'll probably come back in stock, I'm assuming. But check this out, guys. Diamond pattern milling, contoured titanium. While they were available, I want to say that the diamond pattern was a little more expensive than this. I want to say it was, and maybe it's just not changing the price because it's unavailable. Fingerprint, also contoured, 129. Maybe not. So let's say not. Okay, let's say that it was 129, and then the clip, para 3 clip. Here we go. You got some options, okay? You definitely got options. The clip I have on mine is this guy with, where's the diamond pattern milling? Diamond stonewash. Yeah, that's the clip for $60. So for under $200, you get 3D milled contoured titanium scales and a matching pocket clip for under $200. Like, this is incredible, but scales and clip are $300. If you want just the scale, it's $200. So that's the question: is this $80 better? Is it subjective? Is that something that you can actually quantify? I don't know. I might need to figure that out, because this is a lot more acceptable to me than a $400 set. I'm kind of bummed about that clip not being available, though. That does put a wrench in my plans. I was about to buy another 15V Para 3. Maybe it's for the best. Lemon says, I know you're not a fan of Chinese scales on a USA knife, but Flytanium has their full flat contoured brass shaman scales on clearance for $40. Oh yeah, absolutely. Flytanium is going to be one of the best bangs for bucks. Period. Now, I want to be clear on this, because I'm not anti-Chinese stuff. I'm not. Obviously, most of my knife collection is made in China. I'm very open and clear about that. It's that specifically American-made knives, when there's the option for American-made knives to have aftermarket scales and clips and things that are also made in the US, that's when I prefer to go with the USA brand. Because let's be honest, there's not like, the knife market is flooded with foreign imports. So when there's an opportunity to keep an American-made knife American-made, you should. I'll give you an example of a time when maybe it's not worth it. So check this out. This is actually something that I would get to put on a Manix 2 lightweight. This is the Flytanium tritium insert ball cage. So this is actually a great upgrade. First of all, the tritium inserts on these ball cages are great, but they are an improvement over what Spyderco offers. There is no American-made option. I know, because I looked. There is not an American-made ball cage option for the Manix 2. There just isn't. Okay? There just isn't. That's a fact. That's not debatable. There just isn't. So does it make the knife better? Yes. Is it a worthwhile upgrade? Absolutely. Would I feel bad about putting this on a Manix 2? Absolutely not. So if I end up pulling the trigger on a 15V Manix 2, I will probably end up getting one of these guys to go with it. And look at this. You got options too. Like, you can get the white tritium, you can get the green tritium. Like, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. The blue tritium, and they're titanium. Is it $96? I mean, come on. Garen Wilson, what's up, man? He says the all titanium MSI is worth it, in my opinion. I've spent a lot of time reflecting on it. Initially, when I saw Microtech was coming out with titanium variants of their Ramlock knives, I was like, too freaking late, Microtech. The community's been begging you for years to make titanium knives available to the general public, right? And now they waited until everybody and their mom had titanium's aftermarket scales for their knives before they're like, oh yeah, I guess we could release a titanium variant. But if you think about it, if that's what they released first, think about contoured titanium, American-made premium steel. Like, the $500 range really isn't all that outlandish for that. I mean, when you consider, for example, hold on. For example, I love this knife. I do. But this is a simple slab style, small batch, American-made Oz Roosevelt, right? Basic radial milling pattern. Like, even without the black Timascus clip and backspacer, like, this guy is like an $800, $900 knife, right? So when you talk about contoured titanium, American-made premium steel, like, we're talking $500 range, like, that's really not all that outlandish. So in those terms, yeah, I would agree with you. However, you could save yourself a hell of a lot of money. If you just want titanium scales on a Microtech, like, I did a video on this one. This is the Ramlock Stitch with Lex Custom titanium contoured scales. Look at those scales. Lex Custom does an incredible job. They do such a good job. These are not made in China. These scales are made in Sweden. They know what they're doing with their machine work in Sweden. Like, Lex My buddy Alex over at Lex Custom did an amazing job on the fit and finish of these scales. Everything looks perfect. Now, I understand the milling pattern's not going to be for everybody. I think it looks good. I really do. I really do think it looks good. So these scales are like $100. You can get a polymer microtech stitch ram lock for what? $200? Itchy nose. So for $300, you can have your titanium microtech stitch experience. He also does it for the MSI. So the question you have to ask yourself is it too little too late? Or is it worth the extra $200 to get microtech authentic? And I think the answer lies somewhere in between. Do you just care about the materials, or are you a fan of what microtech does and you want something that's pure microtech, right? Fans and enthusiasts will tell you that it's worth it, specifically if you are a fan of the brand and you want to support the brand and you like the idea of 100% American made, keeping it all pure microtech. But you don't have to do that. Like, you can go with original goat and still save like at least $100. So you go with like a Swedish option like Lex Custom for the scales, save a couple $100. Go with the original goat, possibly save yourself $100, right? Or at least $50. But if you go over to, say, NC Blade, for example, and then you go on here and you say, oh, I want a titanium microtech. One thing I will say is that Microtech's titanium game is getting good. Look at the milling on those. Hold on. Screen share would be helpful. Look at the milling on there. Their partial frag milling on the stitch is clean. Like there's no denying that. Like that is a badass milling pattern. No question. No question. $500. Hey, that price actually recently dropped. That price recently dropped. I swear I looked at these on this site the other day and they were like $525. I'm really not mad at $487 for this. I'm really not. A double vapor blast with bronze accents. Ugh, man, I'm tempted. I already have a titanium stitch. I believe, like, is that a titanium backspacer? Or is it I think that might be an aluminum backspacer. It doesn't say. It doesn't say. This one's $500. The clean plain Jane is more expensive? Is that because Tony Marfione's signature's on the pocket clip? Asking for a friend. Ed B says price gouging. Hate Nate says, why are the mini MSIs $1,365 at NC Blade? I'll tell you why. Because they're being sold as Marfione customs. They look like a production version of the knife, but they're being sold as customs. 100% what Nate is talking about. Oh man, this pissed me off when I saw this too. Like I was livid when I saw this because I was so stoked for the mini MSI. I was so stoked for the mini MSI. And then I looked at it and I was just like, why is this $1,365? Like, tell me I'm wrong here. Does this look like a custom knife to anybody? No. No, but they're calling it a Marfione custom. I'm calling bullshit. That is not a custom. I guarantee that if you wait for the production version that doesn't have Marfione's logo on the pocket clip, you'll be able to pick one of these up for like $300-400 in titanium, or like, you know, $200, $250 in aluminum, whatever. Like, what makes this a custom? I'm sorry, like, I don't see it. Did he hand grind these scales? Like, I'm a microtech. I like microtech, okay? Obviously, I like microtech. So I'm not poo-pooing on the company. I'm just pointing out that this does not look like a custom. Like, for me to accept that that's $1,365, like, there's no way those handle scales were not CNC machined with the same machine that they're going to use to make the production-based version. I want to know, what is it exactly that makes that a custom? What is it? Maybe there's some true blue microtech enthusiasts in the chat that can enlighten me, because I'm probably just making an ass out of myself. But I'm with you, Nate. I'm with you. Like, this looks like the production version. It really does. Was Tony in the back milling this by hand? Or is it that it comes with a certificate of authenticity? MSI Ramlock Mini, M390 MK, two-tone stonewash, double vapor blast, titanium, double vapor blast hardware, date of birth 1025, maker Anthony Marfione. I mean, is this what you pay to get, to get Tony himself behind a belt grinder? Like, don't get me wrong, okay? I want to be crystal clear about this. I want a mini MSI. I want a titanium mini MSI, but I don't want to pay $1,365 for one. I just don't. How about that? Says NC Blade doesn't usually do that. Microtech, on the other hand, it's the same story everywhere, man. Everywhere I've seen the mini MSI, they're calling them the Marfione Custom. They come with the custom get up with the certificate of authenticity and the markings. I just don't see it like, there's no way that's like, I don't see that as a custom. That, to me, that doesn't scream custom. That seems like mid-tech at best. At best. Chrissy says, Rollshambo, did you see Tony's sword collection? I saw that he had one. I didn't actually have a chance to watch the full episode purely because I was at work and I was distracted by work. I'm sure it's impressive. I'm pretty positive he went to train bladesmithing over in Japan. So I know he's got a connection to Japanese bladesmithing. B Shady says, be way cheaper to get a full-size MSI and then have Way of Knife do. Yeah, absolutely. Ed B says, maybe you get Tony's DNA with it. Blood, sweat, and tears, man. If it truly is a custom, then it might be on the blade. Dale says, I'm going to have to buy that stitch. I was looking. They went up and then sold out when I looked before. I'm telling you, man, there's something about their frag pattern milling that I love. Okay. And Microtech's not for everyone. Microtech has earned their haters 100%. But I do like Microtech products. On the Edge, what's up, man? Good to see you. Gabe Harlan says they make a titanium stitch. They do. Ed B says, does the $100 include tariffs? What? Oh, you're talking about the Lex custom scales. Hold on. Where did I put it? You're talking about this. So I think it depends on if they have. I don't know, actually. So this is for those who don't know or who haven't seen my episode on this. This is my titanium stitch. What it is a polymer. It's a polymer. No, excuse me, not a polymer. This was originally a aluminum. What am I saying? Polymer. This was originally an aluminum Microtech stitch. I've had it for over 2.5 years now. And then I put these titanium Lex custom scales on here. These are contoured 3D milled, made in Sweden by Lex Custom International. Made in Sweden. How often do we get stuff made in Sweden? Swedish people do a good job on manufacturing in general, okay? I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. Anyways. So, that's what Ed is talking about. He says, does the $100 include tariffs? Lex Custom. Let's see. Because I'm not entirely sure. Did his prices go up? He's got amphibian scales now too. He's got auto stitch scales now too. Ooh. I've always wanted an auto stitch. Hold on. Cerakote Armor Black. Can you show them on a knife? Please. Please. No, that's a bummer. Okay. Does he have any examples with them on a knife? Anyway, okay, $140 for the auto stitch. As with all children's products, adult supervision is required. I'm reading his disclaimer. I'm going to zoom in here for the people in the back. Hold on. As with all children's products, adult supervision is required. Well, fiddlesticks. Products that contain small parts, blah, blah, blah. You heard it here first. Knife scales are for the children. Apparently that's me. All right. $140. Do they include tariffs? Okay, here we go. Etsy, heads up, this item may be subject to tariffs, duties, or import fees post-purchase. When you order from a seller located outside of the United States, your package may be subject to government charges like duties, taxes, and import fees. It can be delivered by the carrier before it can be delivered by the carrier. So I'm going to go ahead and answer your question, Ed, and I'm going to say probably that's a no. It probably does not include tariffs, their prices. Now, when I reviewed these were $100, and I believe they were $100 because I got a discount code when I made my episode on this. Yeah. What do you guys think? Should I partner up with Lex Custom again? Get another discount code for those who want to try some of their scales? I'm telling you, the fit and finish on these is incredible. Incredible. Ramlock MSI microtech stitch. Here they are. Okay, yeah, these are $139 now. You get some cool ones too. Purple. Why not? Why not? And they're super easy to install too. Like these are some of the easiest scales to install. Purple Cerakote. I'm a sucker for the glass blasted finish though. The glass blasted finish is really good. But they're made in Sweden. Again, when do we ever get knife stuff made in Sweden? I mean, unless you're looking at Swiss Tech. Is Swiss Tech even made in Sweden? This is that ADHD rabbit hole I was talking about earlier. Now I have to know. Are Swiss Tech knives made in Sweden or China? I bet you the answer is some are made in Sweden, some are made in China. Swiss Tech knives are made in Sweden, while genuine Swiss Army knives like the Victorinox are made in Switzerland. And knockoffs are sometimes made in China. Okay. Sweden and Switzerland. The clones are made in China. Always. Jim says, got Lex Custom on my deck. I made a completely different knife. I agree. Hold on. Where did I put it? Yeah. I think Jim and I have the same scales on the Deca as well. So these are the Lex Custom scales for the Deca. Look at that. I feel like the pattern on the handle scales really fits the Warncliffe style blade. And if you're wondering, that is a DLC pocket clip from Rip's Garage Tech. I'm telling you guys, Rip's Garage Tech really needs to work with me at some point. They get a lot of my monies. Now, I will say this. I did actually end up having to bend the clip a little bit. It developed a little bit of, what's it called? Tap. There we go. It developed some tap. Not that it was hard to fix the tap. You know, you just bend it a little bit and poof, no issue. But I like it. I like it a lot. And he's absolutely right. When you put the titanium scales on the Deca, it makes it a completely different knife. Maybe I can get Lex Custom to do buck knives next. Some range scales would be really cool. He says, Swina. On the Edge says, I'm super jonesing for another knife. I'm supposed to be getting a new Remet Woodpecker. Hey, Remet Woodpecker. That's been one of my favorite Remet releases all year. The question I have for you, are you going with the blue crystal tie or the green crystal tie? I have a preference for the green, but I know that they both look good. They also have a pink crystal tie now. Yeah. Says, oh, okay. If I would have read the rest, he says, I'm supposed to be getting a new Remet Woodpecker in the pink variety to complete the set. Still haven't shipped it. Oh, so you've got the blue and the green, and now you're going for the pink? I like it, man. There you go. Their crystal tie is awesome, and I really hope that they do more models in their crystal tie. I've mentioned it in my videos in the past. I honestly believe that would be a great move for them if they did more models with either crystal tie accents or full crystal tie titanium scales. That would be a good question. Hold on. It says Volvos? What's the difference? Oh man, someone's a Volvo hater. There's some of the best made cars out there. Period. I will die on that hill. Sarah Rick says, Rolls, no one talks about the Deca or the Harsey Folder. Two great USA made blades. The Deca was super well talked about when they were originally released. And then they had that whole thing where they did the first batch in Magna Cut, and then everyone said, why are you doing Magna Cut at 60 to 62? And then Hogue responded by saying, no, we'll make it now. We'll make it like 62 to 64. So the Hogue Deca got a lot of shine. Not as much recently. That's what I'll say. They haven't got as much shine recently as they had before. But I agree with you. The Harsey Folder, man, I reviewed the Harsey Folder like 3 years ago. It's been a minute. But it's one of those timeless designs, kind of like a Chris Reeve Sabenza, right? Right? Yo, what's up, Bless? Coming in towards the end of the live stream, like per usual. Good to see you, man. Dolomite says, Rolls, you must drive a Volvo. Huh. I have two. I have two Volvos in my driveway. I've got a Volvo S60 and I've got a Volvo XC90, and I love them both. The XC90 is dual charged. So the XC90 is turbocharged and supercharged, and it's super fun, and they're extremely reliable. Listen, I've owned Volkswagen, I've owned Saab, I've owned BMW, I've owned Chevy, I've owned Ford. I'm a car guy. And so I've even though I'm only 35, I've owned so many different cars in my life already. And I've got to tell you, the most reliable car that I've owned to date and the safest has been my Volvo S60. And I love that car. It's fast, it's luxurious, it's safe, and no one looks at me twice. I had a BMW, beautiful car, cherry red. I buffed it by hand and gave it a ceramic coating by hand. Like, the paint was so clean, it looked wet constantly. And that car was fast, and it caught a lot of attention. And I almost got carjacked. No one's trying to carjack me in a Volvo, okay? And my Volvo is all-wheel drive, too. Lemon says twin charged is so odd. It's so freaking cool. Listen, for those car guys out there, you know what I'm talking about. When you have a car that's both supercharged and turbocharged, you get the benefits of both. a little bit of car rabbit hole here for you, for the guys that like the autos out there. The benefit of having a twin charged vehicle is that superchargers, you get the boost with superchargers right away, but then they don't have a lot of boost in the top end, right? Vice versa, turbochargers, you have to build boost and then you get more boost in the top end. So the benefit is that with a twin charged vehicle, you get the immediate boost from the supercharger right away, and then you get the continuous boost from the turbocharger throughout the entire power band. So you got constant power everywhere, and all of a sudden your 4-cylinder twin charged XC90 is freaking insane. Keep sleeping on the Volvos. Keep sleeping on the Volvos, guys. But I'm telling you, like, that's freaking cool. That is freaking cool. Car fans know what I'm talking about. All right, guys. That's going to do it for me. I'm going to go ahead and call it an evening. Thank you guys so much for a really entertaining live stream. All the support in the world. Thank you guys so much. It truly means a lot. It keeps the channel going, keeps my spirits high, and it keeps me being able to, buy stuff for the channel and not rely so much on sponsorships or collaborations. That's very meaningful in the next chapter of this channel's content creation. What do I have coming up next? I'm in the planning stages of another Steel Snobs episode. I have a couple reviews coming up, and I might also be doing a knife mod video showcasing, maybe not this knife, but just for example, showcasing knife restoration using a cheap buffer / belt grinder from Amazon. I don't know. I think it might be fun. But I am still working on evolving the channel. So there is, of course, more content coming. Thank you guys for all your support. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic rest of your week. The next time we'll be live will be Saturday, unless something happens. Saturday, 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, which is 10 p.m. Eastern, which is 9 p.m. Central, which is 7 p.m. Pacific. Have a great rest of your week. If you want to hang out, come find me on the Only Spartans Discord. For everybody else, we'll see you later.